Hey everyone, QuantumScape, as you might already know, is developing solid-state batteries that could improve the charging of electric vehicles, both in terms of reliability and speed. So in this video, what I'm going to do is provide an update on what's going on with QuantumScape, what's going on inside of the company, straight from management, straight from what the management of the company had to say in its most recent update to investors. So let's get right into it, starting with a an announcement that they're pleased to report that installation of Raptor equipment is complete, and we continue to expect initial production to begin before the end of the year. So that's great news for QuantumScape stock investors who have been waiting for the company to transition from the research phase into commercial production, sales, and revenue phase, right? That's what we're all waiting for when you're investing in a company, is to start generating sales and profits. So this is a good step forward. Now, the company's going about the process of manufacturing in an interesting way. It's taking a two-step approach. It's doing an initial build out of its manufacturing, which is named Raptor equipment, and then the Cobra is the next stage plan, right? So let's go to that. Cobra is a further evolution of the fast separator process, which build on the innovation of Raptor and add even faster processing and better unit economics. It's the best pathway to gigafactory scale manufacturing. So let me explain this a little bit in terms of the give and take, the pros and cons of this strategy, right? So when you're deciding to implement the business model of manufacturing products yourself, you have a few choices to make. You can go with smaller scale manufacturing, which will require a lower upfront cost, but it will also limit your production capacity. It will also limit your unit economics. What do I mean by unit economics? Meaning that your cost to produce each unit will be higher if your initial investment is lower at lower scale. Okay? So you can take that route, which is less risky because you're not spending as much money up front and you're taking a more stepped approach, right? So you're going smaller at first. You're going to take that process. You're going to see how things go. You're going to see how the manufacturing process goes. You're going to see how customer demand is. You're going to then see if you need additional capacity. You could then build another facility, maybe larger, maybe smaller. You can take what you learned from your first facility and implement it in your second one and third and so on. Okay, so you can take that route. Or you can just go all in, all up front, building a big facility with higher production capacity limits, and that will lower your unit production cost. It will lower your cost per unit. It will then let you sell your product at lower prices because you have lower costs, which could then help your company grow and expand. But it's riskier. It's riskier because it takes more of a capital investment up front. It takes more commitment up front, and if you make a mistake, it's harder to recover from. So it looks like QuantumScape has chosen the middle road between the two. It said, let's go down both of these paths, but let's do it in a stepped process. Let's do one, which is the Raptor. They named it Raptor, which is just for its initial production phase. And then they're doing the Cobra, which is building the best pathway for gigafactory with large scale manufacturing. So they're going down both paths simultaneously, taking the first small incremental step with the Raptor program and also taking slower steps with the Cobra program. That's not going to be ready for production as quickly as the Raptor program, which is coming out in production sooner. So in my opinion, I think it's a prudent strategy from management that's already spent a lot of money on research and development. You want to kind of lower your risks in terms of manufacturing this eventual solid state battery. So to achieve this transition from prototype to product, the company set 4 key goals for 2023, and that is introduce high loading cathodes, bring up our fast separator production process, which they're doing with the Raptor, and optimize packaging efficiency and improve cell quality, consistency, and reliability. And midway through 2023, we're excited and encouraged by their progress against these goals. And earlier in this conference call, the company did note that they started shipping out some of their prototypes to potential clients, potential customers that could be making orders by the end of the year, maybe, perhaps, if they like the prototypes, we could start to see some announcements of orders by the end of the year. Now that might be wishful thinking, but it is possible. So the company is making progress. They're doing a good job hitting these milestones, and with each milestone they hit, the lower the risk becomes from an investor standpoint, because it's a very risky investment purchasing stock in a company that has yet to bring a product to commercialization, to a point where it's generating revenue, right? Because you don't know how much sales are going to be, how much is it going to cost, how much losses are going to be on the bottom line, when is it going to reach profitability? It's all a big question mark. So the more of these milestones that the company hits, the more risk gets taken out of the investment. But a long way still to go for QuantumScape. However, this was a nice step forward, and in this video, I hope I've highlighted some of what's going on with QuantumScape stock as you're waiting for the company to make the bigger announcements of, here's a big sale we made, here's the big innovation that we achieved, and all of that, right? It takes steps to achieve what QuantumScape is trying to achieve. But that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.